Look, I'm not here to judge you or anything. These devices were made to make us addicted. But for now, let's just put it down, put it down, put it down, put it down. And if even for just the duration of this video, or maybe even until tomorrow morning because you fall asleep, however long you can, let's just not have that device in your hands. You can put it down and you can relax. You can relax. You can relax. It'll all be there when you get back. It'll all be there when you get back. But for now, just listen to the sounds of the video and try to be as present as you can, even if it's just a tiny bit. And let's just chill. Let's start off with some visualization stuff so that your brain has something to do. Because going from like 100 to 0 is a lot. So let's maybe go from like 100 to 80 and then to 50 and whatever. So let's play a little game where we visualize things and you tag yourself. So I want you to tell me which dog you are, okay? I'm going to describe the dogs and then you tell me which one you are. Okay, the first dog, imagine a little chihuahua. It's a yellow chihuahua with a little underbite and a little pep in its step. And its name is Butter. That's dog number 1. Dog number 2 is a big Dalmatian with super, super sweet eyes and just a cuddly baby boy, a little less hyper than a Dalmatian tends to be. That's dog number 2. Dog number 3 is a big, fluffy poodle. And it doesn't have like the little poodle haircut where it's like mostly shaved down and then just like a little bit of poof balls. No, this entire poodle is one big poof. And it's a black poodle that likes to get on its hind legs and give you hugs on the shoulder. And its name is Teddy. Oh, and the Dalmatian's name is Dot. And then the last dog is a miniature schnauzer with a big long mustache and big eyebrows that almost cover its vision. And its name is Checkers. It's a big sweetie, but sometimes it gets the zoomies and just starts running around everywhere. So, those are the 4 dogs. Which one do you think you are? Which one resonates with you for whatever reason? Okay, cool. All right, let's play another tag yourself. This one is, you're gonna pick your house, okay? So, first house is one of those like modern, very angular designs. It's like mid-century mod meets contemporary mod. It's got lots of neutral colors like dark woods and some light woods with some charcoal walls and plants and some cream colors. And that's house number 1. It's 2 stories also. And has lots of plants on the outside too. House number 2 is a little cottage that's like white and brown with some stone on the outside. And there's vining that crawls up the walls on the outside. And on the inside it's super duper cozy. Like the perfect place to learn how to make bread. And that's house number 2. House number 3 is floor-to-ceiling windows on a hillside with a big city view. And at night, you just see the sparkling lights of the city. Or if you don't want it to be on the hillside, it can also be like a penthouse in a big city so that you see the lights of the city anyway. The point is you get a floor-to-ceiling window with lights of the city. And it's got kind of like modern interior, kind of minimalist, but a little bit artsy. So that's house number 3. And then house number 4 is like a big fancy McMansion that, like, when you walk in, there's like that big not winding, but like those staircases where it winds on either side. And there's like a big foyer, and then sometimes there's a grand piano. That's the house. That's the kind of house it is. Like, definitely you walk in and it's like ding 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 ding, you know? So that's the last house. Which house are you gonna live in? Which house would you live in? / which house do you identify with if it's not the same one that you would live in? Which one? Cool. Okay, now let's do cars. Okay. Now, which car would you drive? The first car is a baby blue punch buggy with a bunch of cloud decals, and it's got a cream interior, and it's just the cutest thing you've ever seen. So that's car number 1. Car number 2 is a super sleek red Corvette with dark interior and kind of like a classic look, minimalist but a little edgy. That's car number 2. Next is like a super sleek BMW. Oh my god, I forgot the name. Like Z3 or something. It's like little. It's like the size of a Miata, but a little bit bigger. That one. And it's got, okay, let's see, what color is it gonna be? Let's make it like a cream color. It's a cream color, and it's a convertible, and it's got like a darker cream, almost camel tone. Sorry, my brain went somewhere else. If you know, you know. Anyway, convertible hood, and it's got a pretty light interior as well. Or I can have a black interior if you want to have more color to it. And it has like LED lights on the inside. Oh my god, wait, the first car has the option to have cinema roll designed seats, just FYI, because I just thought about how cute that would look in that one. Okay, and then we gotta give you a big car because all of these have been pretty small. So, okay, and then the last car is like a VW van, like the Mystery Machine, but like a modern version of it, so it's a little bit safer and a little bit more plush and comfortable. And it's colored like, it's got the sort of color palette of like a 70s rainbow, like where the colors are a bit muted and darker. Yeah, that's like that. It's really cute, and it's got cream and brown interior. So which car are you? You know what? I'm gonna add an even bigger car because I did a lot of small cars. There's a big lime green monster truck that looks like it has slime dripping onto the windows and big wheels and hydraulics. Okay, so that's the last car. Which car are you gonna drive? / which car do you identify with? Which car do you identify? Cool. Okay. If you could time travel, would you time travel to the past or to the future? You can only time travel once, like round trip. You can come back to where you're at. This isn't like a Doctor Who situation for those poor fucks. What were their names? Amy and Rory. Anyway, I like started thinking about other shit. Okay, right. So if you could time travel to the future or the past, which one would it be? Okay, follow-up question. Same thing, but you can only time travel to a point in time where you're alive. So, pretending you live the average lifespan. Let's just pretend actually that you live to be 120 years old, so there's like plenty of travel to do. Would you travel to the past or to the future? It has to be in a time where you're alive. Does that change your answer, or is it the same thing? Okay, another time travel question. If you could time travel just one day and you would stay there, this is not a round trip situation. If you could time travel just one day, would you travel one day back or one day forward from the day that you're listening to this right now? Interesting. I wonder if you watch this video like months from now or something, I wonder if your answer will be different. Do you think that it would be? Okay, another question. If you're still really awake, you can write this one down, but if you're starting to lull to sleep, don't worry about it. This is just like, it's for fun if you want to write it down. But if you could write a 1-sentence message to yourself a year from now, what would you write? What would you write? What would you write? Oh my god, and you could totally leave it as a comment if... Wait, no, you can't, because you need to put that freaking device down. Just kidding. I almost forgot what kind of a video this was supposed to be. So if you're gonna write it down, write it on a piece of paper or write it tomorrow. It's fine. I just think it would be fun to like come back a year from now and like make it make sense. Do you know what I mean? But like if that's gonna keep you awake, don't do it. I just think it'd be fun. I'm totally gonna do that in another video too though, so we get lots of those. That's so much fun. Okay. Whoa, that was a crazy sound. Let's see. What's your favorite song right now? And would you tell your crush that that's your favorite song? Would you? Ooh, okay. If you had to have your wedding song, even if you've already had a wedding, it would like change the course of events that already happened to you. If you had to have your wedding song be the last song that you listened to, would that suck? Or would it be really fun? Would it suck or would it be really fun? What was the last song I listened to? Oh my god, it was fucking Defying Gravity from Wicked. I think that could be fun. I feel like I would turn it into an entire performance because like we're already doing Defying fucking Gravity. Like, you know, lean in, commit. Okay. I want to do something different than just like questions and stuff like that, but I do want to keep you entertained in case you're still like dealing. But you know what? Maybe it's time we wind it down. let's wind it down. We went from 100 to like 80. Let's do 50. Let's do 50. Let's wind it on down. Let's count down to wind down. Count down to wind down. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. I want you to imagine something super niche and comforting while we do this. So, for some reason, my brain went to back in the 2000s in school when you would go to class and they would turn the lights off and then turn the TV on, and it turns out it was like a movie day, even if it was an educational one. That was so awesome. So that's my cozy thing that I'm thinking of right now. Do you have a super niche cozy thing? I want you to think of it. I want you to think of it. I want you to think of it. Okay, now we're gonna count down while you think of your super cozy thing. You can think of more than one thing if you decide you want to change your mind and do a different cozy. Ready? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Good job. Good job. Okay. Oh, I thought of a thing and I forgot. Oh, do you wanna, let's play that game where you have to tell me when you stop hearing me. Like, what number do you stop hearing me at? Okay. So, I'm gonna start kind of really close up. I'm gonna try and be kind of quiet, but I gotta start kind of loud also. So, I'm gonna start from 20, and then I want you to tell me what number you stopped being able to hear me counting, okay? Here we go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, what number did you stop hearing me at? Did you make it all the way to 1? I promise I did them all. Do you want to do it again, but the other way around? Let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to start from 20 way back there, and then I want you to tell me what number you started to hear me at, okay? All right, here we go. Hold on, I have to yawn. I hope I passed it to you and that you also yawned and got really sleepy. Okay, here we go. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yee, good job. Good. All right, so which number did you start to hear me at? Which number did you start to hear me at? Sweet. Good. Okay. Okay, next I'm gonna tell you a little story, and it's gonna be my version of not the Three Little Pigs. What's the other one? With the three, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. We're gonna do Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Here we go. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears, and they were just chilling. They lived in a tree in the forest. They made a huge house out of it. It was like a really big tree, like the redwood trees in California, like ginormo. Anyway, that's where they lived. And they were chilling in their little house, and then Mama Bear is like, I made some porridge. And so then the bears went to eat it, and they were like, youch, this porridge is too hot. So Mama Bear is like, why don't we go for a walk? And when we come back, our porridge is gonna be just right. And so then Papa Bear and Baby Bear were like, sounds good. And so they all decided they were gonna go tra-la-la, tra-la-la, tra-la-la for a little walk. And so little did they know, they really needed to learn how to lock their tree house. They were way too trusting, because like they lived in a nice neighborhood and like the other animals were super sweet and all, but it's the fucking forest, dude. Like, lock your doors. But they didn't lock their doors. Well, they went on their walk, just leaving the porridge sitting out, which I think is really gross. Like, why not just, I don't know, go sit in the living room and hang out or watch TV or something? But like, no, let's leave the house and leave our food laying out. Wakala. Anyway, whatever. So they did that. And then comes this little bitch. Not Little Red Riding Hood. What's her fucking name? Goldilocks. So out comes Goldilocks. And Goldilocks is the type of girl that's like, you know those kids that like just weren't raised right? Like, she's just kind of a bitch, and like her parents just let her, like she walked all over them kind of thing. So she's like tra-la-la going in the forest by herself because she just lied and said that she was gonna, I don't know, go get the mail, but then she kept on going. And because she lived in a little rural house right outside the forest, and she's like, I'm gonna go get the mail, but really she's like, just kidding, I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep walking, until she got to the forest. And then she sees the house, the 3 bears house, and she's like, these motherfuckers left their door unlocked, and I can tell because they also left it ajar. It wasn't just unlocked, it was slightly open. What? Like, come on, guys, come on. But the thing is, let's not be super judgy about the 3 bears, because even though they're like kind of naive and a little gross, they also were in the middle of a very, very heated debate. So they were talking about how stupid the debate is about pineapple on pizza and how people put anchovies on pizza. But the thing is, they were arguing for anchovies on pizza, and they were mad that people not only never talked about it, but didn't like anchovies on pizza. And then Mama Bear was like over empathizing for people who didn't like it. And they're like, because the thing, they're bears, they're gonna like anchovies on pizza, you know what I mean? So the mom was like, no, like, you have to think in other people's terms, not everybody likes anchovies. And they were like, no, Mama Bear. And like, they were in a really heated conversation about this. So they didn't realize that they left the door ajar. So anyway, Goldilocks sees that, and she's like, well, clearly this is an invite. So she walks into the house and she sees the food sitting out, and she's like, ew, what the fuck? Like, they just left their food sitting out. That's kind of gross, but I am gonna eat it. I'm hungry. So she goes over to the food and she tries Papa Bear's porridge, and she's like, wakala, that's disgusting. You put protein powder in this and like a bunch of extra things because you're, I don't know, Papa Bear works out. So he put a bunch of stuff in the porridge and she's like, ew, that's really gross. Also, this is kind of too hot. Then she goes to Mama Bear's porridge and she's like, ew, yuck. You didn't put any sugar in this. Queen, come on. So she's like, I'm not about sugar-free porridge. So then she goes to Baby Bear's porridge and then she's like, this is amazing. He put those little dino eggs that come in oatmeal that when you make it really hot they hatch or whatever. He had those in there, and so she was like, damn, like this is really fucking good. So she ate all the porridge. Oh my god. So then she's like, you know what, I'm tired after eating somebody else's food. I'm gonna go chill on the couch. Let's go. Well, there was a couch, there was a little seat, and there was a recliner. So she goes to sit on the couch and she's like sitting right in the middle, and she's like, this is kind of weird, like this seat is way too big for one person and it just makes me feel lonely. So she's like, you know what, the recliner, let's go. But then she sees the little chair and she's like, that's super cute, I'm gonna sit on that. So she sits on the chair and her ass breaks the chair. It was too small for her. But the thing is, Goldilocks was kind of going through that phase where she's like right about to hit puberty and she like cannot admit that she's actually outgrowing a lot of her stuff. So this chair was also part of that. Okay, there's a plane passing by, so I'm sorry if it's a little loud. I tried to pause some of it so that, like, it was crazy loud just now. Anyway, whatever. So she breaks the chair. So she's like, okay, yikes. And she goes to the recliner because she's like, I should have just gone here in the first place. Now I just broke the chair. So she gets on the recliner and she's like, damn, this is so comfy. Oh my god. So she's chilling. She puts on some TV and she's just kind of flipping through the channels. Doesn't really know what to watch. These bears have like old school cable. So she's like, I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, she starts watching like QVC because she really doesn't know what to watch and she's kind of doing like a little bit of shopping. She's like, honestly, I'm sleepy. This QVC stuff is kind of ASMR-y and I need to take a nap. So she goes up the stairs and she goes into the bear's bedroom. And she sees that it has like an ensuite bathroom, and in the ensuite bathroom are like the 3 little toothbrushes, and she's a nasty bitch, so she's like, you know, I'm gonna brush my teeth with somebody else's toothbrush. So she grabs Papa Bear's toothbrush, and it's like clearly he's been using it for way too long. The bristles are all fucked up, and she's like, ew, and she puts it back. And then she grabs Baby Bear's toothbrush, and it's so cute. It's like a Tooth Tunes one, but it's also Hello Kitty. And she goes to brush her teeth with it, but it's so small that like it takes forever. So she's like, okay, not it. So then she gets Mama Bear's toothbrush, and it's like classic minimalist style fucking toothbrush. I don't know, it's normal. And so she brushes her teeth, and she's like, okay, now that I've used somebody's toothbrush, it's time for me to use somebody's bed to take a nappy. So, for some reason, Mama Bear and Papa Bear sleep on different beds. They're independent, like, they're in a happy marriage, but, you know, people do that, you know. They couldn't afford a sleep number bed, so they just had 2 separate beds, but they were still close together so that they could hold hands on the nightstand. Anyway, so she gets onto Mama Bear's bed and she's like, this is cute, but like I wish it was just a little bit bigger, because like it's like in that weird phase of like it's just not big enough, but like also too big to be cozy, but not big enough to be cozy either. Do you know what I mean? Like there's like cozy little, and then there's cozy lots of plush. And she's like, this just kind of hits neither. It's trying to be both and it's neither. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna go. What if I do like cozy cute little, right? And so she's like, okay, I'm gonna try Baby Bear's bed, because hopefully it's sturdier than a chair, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bed. Let me try it. And it's like a cute little race car bed. So she gets into Baby Bear's bed, and her feet are sticking out and everything because she's too tall for it, but she doesn't want to admit it. So she's like way too tall, and she can't really fit on Baby Bear's bed, and she's like super uncomfy. And she's like, why the hell would you have a race car bed when the plastic is just gonna hit your legs and stuff? Because she's still in denial about the fact that maybe she's just too big for the bed. So she's like, woof, I'm getting off of this thing, but not before she bends the plastic. So now she kind of messed up Baby Bear's race car bed. So then she goes to Papa Bear's bed, and guess what? It's the big plush comfy type of bed. So she grabs all of these plush blankies and wraps herself up and takes the best fucking nap she's ever had. So she's napping, and then the three bears are like, all right, that was a nice walk. Let's go eat our porridge. Oh shit, why is the door open all the way? We've been robbed. And so they're like freaked out. Fight or flight has hit. And they're like, oh my God, like somebody was in our house. Like, how is our stuff? Did they steal our TV? And they go and they're like, okay, all of our expensive items seem to still be here. What's up? And then Baby Bear is like, my porridge is gone, Mama. It's gone. And so Mama Bear's like, oh shit, honey, I'm sorry. I'll just make you a new one. What the fuck though? Like they didn't rob us, but they ate my baby's porridge. So she's upset. Clearly, Papa Bear is just grumbling and kind of looking around, you know, like ready to defend, ready to attack if need be. And they're walking around, and then they go to the living room and they're like, why the fuck is our TV on, and why is QVC on? What the hell? Ain't none of us watching QVC. And so they're like, then they look around and they see Baby Bear's chair is fucked up. It's broken. And Baby Bear's like, oh no, and starts fucking crying. And Mama Bear's like, it's okay. And the dad's livid. He's like, they don't mess with my baby boy's chair. So he goes up the stairs because they didn't find anyone on the first floor, so they go up the stairs. And he sees Goldilocks napping on his bed. And then Mama Bear and Baby Bear come on up. And Baby Bear's just finally recovering from crying. And then he sees his race car bed is bent. And he's like, oh my shit. And just cries and cries and cries. And Mama Bear is like soothing him. And Papa Bear grabs the bed frame of his bed and starts shaking it. Like, girl, get up. And then like they don't see who's on there necessarily, they just see that somebody's on the bed. And then he shakes it, and then Goldilocks pops out from the blankets, and she's like, oh my God, like chill. And then Papa Bear's like, what the fuck, it's a little girl? And she's like, yeah, I'm just a little girl, like leave me alone, I just needed a nap. And so Papa Bear's like, this is fucking weird, you know what, just get out of our house. And so she's like, okay, fine, but like next time don't invite me by leaving your door kind of open. And then he's like, oh shit, I didn't mean to. Also, don't go into people's houses. And then they start getting into a whole dispute. And then Mama Bear's like, just let her go. Just let her go. I'm tired. This sucked. Let's just have a nice night and get this little bitch out of here. And so he's like, all right, come on. And then Goldilocks is like, fine, I'm leaving, but it's because I chose to. And so she's walking out, but then she turns around, hair flips, a big dramatic moment, and she's like, by the way, I used your toothbrush. And then walks out, and the bears are fuming. They're like, what a gross bitch. Our night, like we were gonna have a nice night, Mom made porridge, we were gonna go for a walk, and we were gonna chill and eat our porridge, and then this bitch just messed it all up. So then they go back to the living room, and Mama Bear grabs her laptop, opens it up, and she's like, all right, you know what, we're buying tickets to Disneyland, we're gonna go have a good time, I'm tired of this, we're gonna relax, we're gonna get a resort and everything. and we're just gonna have a good time because I'm gonna make it up to you, baby bear. And so they decide they're gonna buy tickets to Disneyland because, like, oh wait, no, Disney World, because that's the one with all the resorts. So they buy tickets to Disney World, and Baby Bear's so excited, and Mama Bear is so excited, and Papa Bear is so excited, and they're all super happy, and they're like, let's make a whole new porridge as a family together. And so then they go and they make a whole new porridge together, and they put on some Chapel Roan and dance around in the kitchen, and it's super cute, and they never see that bitch Goldilocks again. The